Ranunculus are one of the great joys of the spring garden, a truly delightful flower to grow. Often called the Persian buttercup, their blooms are packed with layer upon layer of delicate, paper-thin petals, creating a look that is often compared to a rose or a peony. But they have a character all their own, a certain lightness and ethereal quality that is simply captivating. They bring a splash of intense, vibrant colour to beds and borders, filling the gap between the last tulips and the first summer roses. The sheer range of colours is astonishing: scarlet red, sunny yellow, fiery orange, gentle pinks, creamy whites, dreamy apricots, deep velvety purples, rich burgundies. This diversity makes them versatile, harmonious schemes or a cheerful jumble. Your journey with Ranunculus begins not in the soil, but with the selection of good, healthy tubers. When you buy a packet of these, you'll find what look like little, dried-up octopus claws. This is perfectly normal. Look for tubers that feel firm and solid to the touch. Avoid softness. Avoid sponginess. Avoid mold. Also avoid tubers that appear shriveled, broken, or overly brittle. A healthy tuber holds the stored energy the plant needs to burst into life. Choosing well is the very first step toward a successful display later in the season. Before planting, give your tubers a gentle awakening. This simple step can make a world of difference. Use a bowl or use a tray. Fill it with tepid, room temperature water. Place tubers in the water and soak for 3 to 4 hours. You'll notice them plump up, often doubling in size. That signals the dormant tuber to start growing. Don't soak too long. It can cause rot. Ranunculus are fussy about wet feet. They need exceptionally well-drained soil. The timing of when you plant your Ranunculus tubers depends entirely on the climate where you live. For milder parts where the ground doesn't freeze solid, an autumn planting is ideal. Putting them in the soil in, say, October or November allows them to establish a strong root system over the winter, leading to earlier and more robust flowering in the spring. However, this approach carries a slight risk if a harsh or wet winter comes along, which could cause the tubers to rot. If you live in a colder region with guaranteed hard frosts, wait until late winter or very early spring to plant. You can start the tubers indoors in pots or trays from late January to March. Once the danger of hard frost has passed, usually around late April or May, gently transplant the young plants out into the garden. When planting, remember, plant them with the claws pointing downwards. Look for the point from which the tentacle-like roots emerge and ensure that part faces into the soil. Dig a small hole about 5 centimeters, 2 inches deep, and place the soaked tuber inside. Space your tubers 10 to 15 centimeters apart for good air circulation and to prevent powdery mildew. Cover with soil, firm lightly, give a gentle watering, and then the patient wait for the first green shoots begins. Ranunculus prefer full sun. Choose a spot that receives at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. They are true sun lovers. That energy fuels prolific blooms. In light shade, expect fewer flowers and slightly weaker stems. In very hot climates, a touch of afternoon shade can prolong the flowering period. After the initial watering at planting, be restrained until you see the first green shoots. Too much water before active roots can lead to rot. Once a healthy clump of foliage forms, water more regularly, keeping soil consistently moist, never waterlogged. If the top inch is dry, it's time to water. When buds begin to form, feed with a liquid fertilizer high in potash, often sold as tomato feed or a general flower fertilizer, every 2 to 4 weeks. This encourages strong flower development rather than excess leaves. Ranunculus are cool season flowers. They thrive in mild spring temperatures. They do not enjoy extreme heat. As summer climbs, they slow their blooms and enter dormancy. An elegant, natural pause that makes spring all the more special. As plants grow, taller varieties may need help. Flower heads can be heavy, especially after spring rain, and stems may bend or snap. Provide gentle support with twiggy pea sticks. The plants grow through them and the twigs become almost invisible. To keep flowers coming, deadhead promptly. Take a pair of secateurs or sharp scissors and cut the entire stem back to the base, near the foliage. This redirects energy from seeds to new buds and more flowers. A simple 10-minute job that can extend the season by weeks. Aphids often cluster on new shoots. A strong jet of water or wiping them off with your fingers usually does the trick. Slugs and snails love young foliage. Use wool pellets or other organic barriers to deter them without chemicals. Ranunculus are fairly robust, but can get powdery mildew, especially if overcrowded or in damp weather. Prevent issues by spacing correctly for airflow, watering at soil level to keep foliage dry, and promptly removing any yellowing or diseased leaves. Ranunculus are among the best cut flowers. For longest vase life, timing is key. Cut in the cool of early morning when stems are fully hydrated. Look for buds that are coloured and feel soft and marshmallow-like, but are not yet fully open. They'll open beautifully indoors for days. Place stems immediately into a clean bucket of fresh, cool water. Before arranging, recut the stems at a sharp angle with a clean knife or secateurs. An angled cut increases water uptake. Strip any leaves that would sit below the waterline. Submerged foliage rots and shortens vase life. Refresh the water every 2 days. Blooms can last well over a week. After flowering, as weather warms, foliage turns yellow and dies back. Allow this to happen. Do not cut green leaves. The plant is drawing energy back into the tuber for next season. Be patient and let nature take its course. In mild, dry winter areas, you can often leave tubers in the ground. In colder, wetter climates, lift them. Once foliage has completely died back, dig up carefully, brush off excess soil, and dry in a warm, airy shed or greenhouse. Store in paper bags or in boxes of dry sand or sawdust, and keep in a cool, dark, frost-free place until planting time. To summarize the path to beautiful ranunculus, the steps are wonderfully straightforward. It all begins with choosing firm, healthy tubers and waking them with a short soak in water. Plant them, claws down, in a sunny position with soil that drains exceptionally well. Water with care. Keep soil moist but never soggy, especially once in active growth. A little high potash feed as buds appear will encourage a profusion of flowers. Remember to deadhead regularly to keep the show going. If you're new, try the Bloomingdale series, compact and perfect for pots, with a fantastic mix of colours, or the Tecolote mix, large, vibrant flowers on long, sturdy stems, ideal for cutting. From planting the curious little tuber to cutting the first glorious bloom, the transformation is magical and the effort small. They bring elegance and cheer, from the smallest pot to the grandest border, and a true sense of accomplishment. Find a sunny corner, prepare good soil, and give them a go. Give ranunculus a try this season. Their cheerful blooms are a reward you will not soon forget.